It is a 2020 NLDS rematch as the Dodgers host the Padres. Game 1 on deck Tuesday night. Let's bring in our friend Matt Yallof to set the stage. Our very own Freddie Freeman, as at least the inner circle here. Matty, who will have the ball in their hand to kick off this best-of-3 series?
Well, we found out about 15, 20 minutes ago it'll be Julio Urias for L.A. and, Clayton Kershaw on Game 2. But Urias, it is very difficult on this team. If you think about it, a team that won as many games as they did, to have a 2.16 ERA and not even be talked about nationally when people are throwing around Cy Young. I haven't heard the name that much. I mean, every now and then you hear it. But my goodness, they have 2 lockdown guys at the top of the rotation. They're going with Urias in Game 1, and Dave Roberts explained exactly why.
I think for us, it was, you could essentially flip a coin. They're both aces in our eyes, and I just think that, Julio's been fantastic for us all year, and kind of just making that decision to give him that opportunity. We all felt good about it. And, Clayton feels good about starting Game 2 and going on from there.
And he did add, Dave Roberts did, that if they move on to the NLCS, then you may have Kershaw beginning the series instead of Urias. So they may flip-flop in that sense. Urias twice in a 5-game, and then in a 7-game, maybe you begin with Kershaw. All right, now the hitting. You guys were talking about the top 3 guys in the order. Out of control. You look at the numbers, you can't even believe they're real. What about JT, Justin Turner? He has been a mainstay on this club. Think about it. 18 postseason series now. An 847 OPS. That's who he is. I talked with him earlier on today as well about facing San Diego in the divisional series.
Well, it's interesting, Matt. We look at this team, especially how we look at all that talent. But it's been a wild 24 hours for the Padres as well, because they clinched in New York. They made the trek back home to California. You got to experience all this. So what has that last day been like for the Padres, especially after Musgrove was so dominant?
Yeah, well, the last 24 hours, think about it. About 24 hours ago is when Game 3 began in New York. They win the game, a bizarre game by many, for many reasons that we won't even bother diving into now. Then they have a party that any fraternity would be proud of. That clubhouse was truly out of control in a good way. I mean that in a good way. They were having a blast, and there they are, Manny Machado and I, and look at that. I'm just rubbing elbows, Adnan. That's what I was doing last night. But anyway, the bottom line is this. They get on a plane, they get here at 6 a.m., and then here they are at Dodger Stadium about to take on tomorrow their rival, a team that they finished so far behind in the division. This is not taking anything away from San Diego. It's to kind of accentuate how good L.A. was. Think about this. The Red Sox at the bottom of the East finished closer to first place than San Diego did in the West. That's how absurd LA was.
It's quite a disparity, but I was hoping for more absurdity. I wanted to see champagne goggles on my guy, Matty Y. Hair still not messed, the coif not impacted by all the champagne around you, by the way.
That's correct. In fact, a little champagne on the hair does help. And I want to add this. One last note, if I can.
Please.
Last night, and Ripken's laughing at me. Last night, while San Diego was beating the Mets in New York, L.A. had a team dinner here in Los Angeles, in downtown. The entire team was there, and they watched the game, and they will meet here tomorrow night. It's going to be good. It's going to be great. I mean, it doesn't get much better. Geography, rivalry, emotion, the whole deal, Adnan.
That's right. SoCal at its best. I want to check what's on your ears, but it's okay. We'll do it another time. Matt Yallof, great job, my friend. I couldn't resist. I'm sorry.